That got a little dark. There we go. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get settled down and get started. Welcome to the Freshman Engineering Seminar here at Marshall. Sorry for the delay at the start. Had some technical issues and whatnot we were dealing with. I guess I should also take a moment and congratulate you all on successfully negotiating your first week as a college student. So congratulations. It's now it's going to be all downhill from here, just a heads up. My name is Dr. Michelson, and I'm going to be your professor for this course this semester. One of the main purposes of this course, in addition to just introducing you to the engineering profession and what it is to be an engineer, it's also an opportunity for you to get to know some of the professors that you're going to be interacting with for the next 4 years here at Marshall. So I thought I'd take a little time and tell you a little bit about myself. So I got here in 2014, so this is my third year here. Yes, I did go to that school up north. I graduated with my PhD from WVU in 2014. You're going to find out pretty soon about all of the different professors in our division and all the different areas of expertise. We've got mechanical engineers and electrical engineers and what have you. Myself, I'm a civil engineer. My particular area of expertise is structural engineering. My passion is highway bridges, so I'm the bridge guy. If you're ever interested in bridges or want to know anything about that, you'll probably get to know me pretty well. Now, I've got here all of my contact information. It's also there located in the syllabus. Now, my office is 2227 in the new engineering building. I figured the easiest way to explain that is to just show you a map, so that way everybody knows what's going on. So what you see here is a floor plan of the new engineering building. So this lower end of the screen, this would be 3rd Avenue. This is the main lobby of the engineering building and the elevators and what have you. So this is the 2nd floor. I wanted to point out the two main division offices that you'd want to you want to know their locations. We are within the College of Information Technology and Engineering, and there's a number of divisions in there like computer science and safety and what have you. The college office is on the 2nd floor. They take up this large suite here on the right end. This smaller suite here is just the engineering division. So chances are you're going to have to go there or one of these two offices for some reason or another. If you need to update a class, change a major, what have you, you're going to need to know where these offices are. My office is down this first hall. There's a line of offices, and I'm the last one on the left. So everybody good with that? Know where I'm at and whatnot? Okay. A little bit more about me. So I've taught a fair amount of stuff here while I'm at Marshall. The red stuff or the bold stuff that you see here is what I'm teaching right now. So if you're interested in electrical engineering or something like that, this is probably the last time that we'll interact. But if you're interested in civil engineering or mechanical engineering, you might have me a few more times. I'm currently teaching a sophomore level mechanics and materials class. I've also got structural analysis and a graduate course in bridge engineering along with the one I'm teaching now. And finally, like I said, my passion and my interest is in highway bridges and steel design. So I do a fair amount of research with the American Iron and Steel Institute and the West Virginia Division of Highways. I'm also fairly active in some of the student organizations here on campus. I'm the primary co-advisor of the SAME ASCE student chapter, which is primarily those for civil engineers. I'm also the primary advisor for Theta Tau, which is our social engineering co-ed fraternity here on campus. And I also have a number of service activities that I'm involved in as well. So let's talk a little bit about this class, what you're doing here, the reason for you being here on a Friday afternoon. So like I said, this course is primarily meant to give you an informal introduction on what it is or what it means to be an engineer. And we're going to have a series of speakers come in each week that are from all different disciplines of engineering, civil engineers, electrical engineers, and what have you. And they're going to tell you what they do on a day-to-day basis, and they're going to give you advice and hopefully inform you of some tools that can help you towards being a successful engineer. And that's really the whole purpose of the class. We also will spend a little bit of time talking about some of the internal stuff here at Marshall, academic requirements, things about advanced registration and different programs and things here on campus, just to make sure you all are aware of what's available here at Marshall. So just some stuff in general so that you all are aware. We currently offer 3 programs here at Marshall in the engineering division, essentially an engineering degree with a civil engineering emphasis, a mechanical engineering degree, and an electrical engineering degree. One of the things I will say is that for the first year, arguably the first year, these programs are almost identical. So if you're still not sure whether or not you want to do mechanical engineering or civil engineering or what have you, no big deal. You really don't need to make that decision right now. You've got some time. So, and we'll talk about this stuff in more detail as the semester progresses. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the grade, the housekeeping for the course. This is arguably, without a doubt, the easiest engineering course you will ever take here at Marshall. Okay, there's really not a whole lot in terms of content and things you're going to be responsible for. Like I said, we're going to have a number of weekly speakers that come in and present. So one of the big things we want is for you to actually be here. Okay, so the attendance is a fairly significant portion of the grade. And this is my last, I guess, final sales pitch in terms of attendance. I taught this course last year, and you all are engineers, so I'm sure you're going to love to see plots and graphs and whatnot. This is a graph looking at the course last year. And what I did is I took every student that had, 1 absence, every student that had 2 absences, every student that had 3 absences, and I averaged their final grade in the course. And you can see, the more you miss, the more your grade's going to go down. Another interesting point, look at 0 absences. The average grade was a 95. I mean, basically what that's saying is that as long as you come to class and have a pulse and a respiratory pattern, you're going to get an A in the class. So, I mean, the big thing is just be here, okay? Now, a lot of these speakers are taking time out of their day and out of their busy schedules to come in and present. And if you come in 15, 20 minutes late, it can be a little disruptive. So late arrivals are going to count as half of an absence. I don't know if you all see in the back, we have our lab technician, Patrick Quinlan. Give us a wave. Hey, Patrick. There's Patrick. When you all have lab courses within the engineering division, you're going to get to know him probably somewhat pretty well. He is arguably the coolest guy in our division. So we're also going to have weekly quizzes that are going to be conducted online. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. And we do have a final exam in the class. So that's basically the grade. So let's take the attendance and how that's done. So most of you probably saw this, but there's a series of sign-in sheets at the door on those tables lined up back there. All of the sign-in sheets are exactly the same. So all you have to do is come in, find one of them, put your initials down. That's it. Okay? And just a heads up, I figure I might as well say this. What Patrick's going to do is he's going to, once everybody's sort of settled in, he's going to do a head count, and he's going to count the number of names on the sheet and see if everything matches. And if whatnot, we'll start trying to figure that out. We did have a couple instances last semester where some folks were signing in for their friends, so we'd have 90 signatures on the sheet, but we'd only have 85 people in the room. So, unless somebody has an invisibility cloak from Harry Potter, something was going on. So please don't do that. If you do have to miss class, if you're ill, if you have a death in the family, if you have an athletic event or something, that's totally fine. Just, you got to let me know, give me a heads up, email me, put Engineering 103 in the subject line of the email. There's, 100-some people in this class, and I've got multiple other courses, so I got to, have some way of keeping track of it. All right, sound good? Okay. Now let's talk about the quizzes. So the quizzes are going to be conducted online. Each week you're going to be assigned a multiple choice quiz. It's usually like 10 questions long. There's no time limit, and you can stop the exam and come back and take it later. You'll have plenty of time to do these quizzes. And again, if you've got a pulse and a respiratory pattern and have been paying attention, these quizzes are going to be fairly easy. They're just meant to ensure that you're paying attention. You've got a whole week to do them. They're going to close online before the next class, so make sure that you have them done before you come to class the next week. All right? Now, there will be a final in the course. The last week of the semester, when we meet, we'll have the final exam in class. So we will not meet for finals week. We will do this a week early. So I give you finals week off. So everybody okay with that? I thought I heard some people say no, we can meet. I'm joking, goodness. You get to know me, I am full of a fairly lengthy series of cheesy and corny jokes, so just get used to it. So speaking of quizzes, there's going to be a quiz after this course. It's going to be posted on Blackboard, so I want to make sure everybody understands where they need to go. So you can go to marshall.edu/muonline, or you can go to Google and search Marshall University Blackboard. It's the first link that pops up. It's going to be made available later today. I'll send everybody an email once it's posted, and it will close next week at 11 a.m., okay? So just so everybody's clear, once you log in, you're going to have a list of courses. Once you go to Engineering 103, you're going to have the main page. You click Course Content, and in Course Content, everything that you need for this class will be right there, okay? So that's where everything is, all right? Sound good? Now, in addition, some of you in the front might be able to see this. I've got this little lapel mic and whatnot right here clipped to my shirt. I am currently recording this lecture, and I will be recording all lectures. So right now, there's software that's recording not only my voice, but what's going on the screen right now. Once this is done, this is all going to go to YouTube. There's going to be a big playlist posted on MU Online. So if you miss a class, you can still make up the lecture. Now, but that also brings up an interesting or a good point to mention. If you have an event or something like that, like an athletic event, and you miss class, you're not going to get counted for the absence. But you can make up this quiz whenever you want, and with all the notes and the videos and whatnot posted online, you'll still be responsible for the quiz. So it's just something to be made aware of. Like I said, with the recording and the notes and everything all available to you, and with plenty of time to do it, you should still be fine to do the quiz. Sound good? Yes, sir. Not that I can think of. No. I'll say this. Let me put it like this. In terms, if you want to do that, that's fine. What I wouldn't suggest is trying to take the quiz on Friday at 10:30, and then it's 11 and it closes. You see what I mean? I mean, try it. Try it, see if it works. But you probably want to do it a little early. But I haven't noticed any issues. But then again, I haven't had anybody ask, so I'm really not sure. It does bring up an interesting point. If as the professor, I can affect things if like 80 of you are having problems. Like if everybody in the class is having a problem with the quiz and whatnot, it's probably on my end and I need to change something. But if any one student is having a problem, it's probably not something that I can fix. It's probably something either with your account, and you might need to contact IT or something like that. So does that make sense? Okay. All right, so here's my tentative schedule for the semester. I've done my best to try and represent all different disciplines within engineering. We've got folks from a variety of different industries. We also have a number of faculty speakers coming in. We actually don't have somebody next week, but I've got some students interested in starting up some student chapters here on campus wanting to come in and speak next week. So that worked out pretty well. There's a chunk of lectures near the end that discuss some stuff related to Marshall. In week 11, we'll have an advanced registration sessions where we'll do our best to try and inform you what, as a group, what you need to be taking or what processes you need to go through to register for classes next semester. It'll be fairly general in nature, but we do want to do that as best we can. And like I said, our final exam will be during the last class meeting. There is a final exam week the week after, but we're not meeting then. All right. Anybody have any questions about the housekeeping or organization of the class, anything like that? Okay. So what I've got for you this week is I actually don't have a technical presenter to come in. I've got a series of representatives from some of the engineering student organizations here on campus. They are, first off, they're a lot of fun, and they can definitely serve you not only as an outlet and a thing, something to do outside of class, but they can serve you professionally in terms of beefing up your resume and what have you as you start getting ready to get prepared to get a job. Many of these student organizations are going to be having meetings coming up very soon, so it makes sense to give them the first week. So I've got 3 organizations. We're going to start off by hearing from the president of SAME ASCE, which is essentially the civil engineering chapter here on campus. One point I would make, though, about these organizations: if you're a mechanical engineer and you want to build a concrete canoe, or if you're a civil engineer and you want to build a Baja car, I mean, there's nothing that says you can't be members of multiple organizations. You know, if you see something that interests you and you want to attack it, go for it, okay? So with that, I think I'm going to shut up and hand the floor over to the president of SAME ASC, Mr. Logan Stacks. Everybody, give him a round of applause.
All right, how's it going, guys? My name is Logan Stacks. Like you said, I'm the president of SAME ASCE. With me, I got Joey Crookshanks. He's our secretary. I got Paige Thews, who is our event coordinator, and I got Megan Bates, who is our vice president. So before I start, does anybody know what SAME stands for? All right, you get a $10 Amazon gift card here. All right, now, does anybody know what ASCE stands for? All right, you get a $10 gift card. All right, so now that I got your attention, all right, so what is SAME? Well, he answered, or she answered what the acronym meant, but the Society of American Military Engineers is a professional engineering organization founded in 1920. There were more than 30,000 members and over 50 student chapters. What is ASCE? The American Society of Civil Engineers represents more than 150,000 members of the civil engineering profession in 177 countries. It's founded in 1852 and is the oldest professional engineering society. So, what do we do? Well, some of our upcoming events that are planned, we have whitewater rafting and a bridge catwalk at the New River Gorge Bridge coming up here soon. I believe the date on that is what? October 8th. There you go. We have a Marshall football homecoming tailgate coming up. We have the West Virginia section ASCE 2016 annual meeting at Glade Springs. And then we also have some cookouts and bowling planned as well. Some planned events that are kind of in the works. We have a civil engineering versus mechanical engineering build-off. We have various plant tours. We have a resume workshop, the ASCE Virginia's Conference, the Richard F. McCormick Technical Conference, and SAME and ASCE leadership conferences. So here's some pictures from past events. The top left picture is from the catwalk last year. That's under the bridge. It's extremely scary if you don't like heights, which I don't. Bottom left picture is from a plant tour that we took. And then the picture on the right is a picture from the ASCE Virginia's Conference in Washington, D.C. last semester.
Where is it this year?
That's a good question. I don't think they've put it up yet.
It's at Old Dominion.
That's right. Okay. Maybe they have put it up.
On the beach.
That is on, yeah.
So you think there's concrete canoe in the ocean?
Yes. All right. So how do you join? Our first general meeting will be Tuesday, August 30th at 5:30 p.m. in the Weisberg Engineering Labs in room 101. But if you can't make it to that meeting for some reason, there's the links right there. And if I'm not mistaken, will this be up on Blackboard?
Yes, all of the slides that you see here on the screen are going to be posted on Blackboard. So if you miss something, I see a number of folks writing something down, no big deal. You'll have this information available to you.
All right, so here's some of our social media and contact info. Now, I've also posted the links to join on our Twitter. So, go to our Twitter and follow us. Now, here in a little bit, once everyone follows our Twitter, I'm going to pick someone randomly to get a $50 Amazon gift card. So maybe you should go follow our Twitter or something. We also have an Instagram, we have a Facebook, and at the bottom is my email. If you guys have any questions, anything like that, you can always email me, ask me, it doesn't really matter. All right. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Oh yeah. Tricked you guys. All right, yeah. I'll leave that up. Any other questions beside? If you've renewed your membership and stuff like that every year or every semester, as long as we get your membership number and stuff like that, you don't have to apply again. Yeah. Any other questions? All right.
What food are you having at the first meeting?
All right, there we go. We're having wings, pop, chips. We got some ice cream sundaes. Normally at our meetings, we have free pizza every single time. It's free. Pizza.
Well, we're trying to spice it up, so if you have ideas.
Yeah. Yes, they'll be every other Tuesday, same place, same time. 5:30, August 30th, which is a Tuesday.
You can come in late if you need.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
One thing, let me go ahead and point this out. So there's been some discussion in regards to the meeting times for this organization, and the regular meeting times for this semester are going to be Tuesday at 5:30, and it's always a struggle to try and find a meeting time that there's labs and work schedules and all that. One thing I would point out, there are some pretty big competitions that we're involved in throughout the year, such as the steel bridge competition and the concrete canoe. There will probably be separate meetings for just those events. So there's multiple ways that you can be involved, and all of these organizations try to do a fair amount of stuff here on campus, and they're pretty cognizant of the fact that people's got different schedules and whatnot. So there are ways for you to be involved, and that I would say that's true for all of these organizations.
And if you can't make it to the meetings, that does not mean you can't participate in any events, any trips, anything like that. Just send me your email, your contact info, or talk to me after class, and we'll put you on the email list, and you'll get emails about all of our events and stuff we're doing. So you don't have to come to the meetings, but if you do, you get free pizza and stuff like that. So, all right. Does anybody else have any other questions? All right.
All right, let's give Logan a round of applause and all the ASC reps there. All right, so our next group here to present is from the mechanical engineers. We have Matt Cardwell, who's the current president of Marshall University ASME Student Club, and he's going to tell you a little bit about what they're doing. So everybody give a round of applause for Mr. Cardwell.
All right, guys, how's everybody doing today? How many mechanical engineers do we have in here? Good, it looks like a majority. Don't worry, guys, like Dr. Michelson said, the first year of the program is about the same for mechanical and civil. So the rest of you guys, you'll have time to change your major to mechanical anytime in the next year. We'll gladly welcome all of you guys. So they might be better than your jokes. All right, guys, let's start out the same way. Does anybody know what ASME stands for? All right, that is correct. You unfortunately do not win a gift card because we don't have any gift cards. But yeah, like she said, ASME is American Society of Mechanical Engineers. We're pretty new here at Marshall since the mechanical program's just starting. Our organization started last year. This year is our first full year where we're going to try to do some big projects. Last year we were all organizational stuff, getting everything started. ASME is a worldwide organization. It has over 130,000 members from 151 countries across the globe. Now a lot of that is professional members. There's still around 30,000 student members across the globe. Now ASME costs $25 a year for a national membership, and what that gets you is access to technical conferences, resources online where you can talk to all the members. You can meet with members. You can ask them questions and stuff like that. Now that National ASME is a little different than our club because we're not officially recognized by ASME yet. We're working on that. It's $25 a year for ASME membership nationally. It costs nothing to join our club. So anybody that wants to come out to our meetings, you guys are more than welcome to. It doesn't cost anything to join our club. We usually have free food at our meetings as well. So that's always a big plus for you guys. So some of the activities we did last year, like I said, we weren't fully developed yet, but we did tour of the Green Bank Telescope. Has anyone in here ever been here and been there before? A couple people. It's the world's largest radio telescope. It's right here in West Virginia. It's about 2.5, 3-hour drive. We're going to try to do that again this year. It's a great tour. The lead mechanical engineer of the entire observatory gave us a full tour, and they're welcoming us back this year. We're going to try to get back to them this year. Another thing we did last year was a power generating bicycle. On campus, they do a sustainability fair every year, and we were asked to do a bicycle that generates electricity. So this bottom left picture right here, all you got to do is ride the bike, and you can use it to charge phones, run lights, anything like that. So we presented that at the sustainability fair. The lady riding the bike, she is the head of Marshall's sustainability department. So we're going to try to do that again this year. Also, we've got a couple more small things planned right now. We're still working on all the rest of our plans for this semester. We're doing a tour of the Toyota plant sometime soon. That's going to be mainly for our members. So if you want to do that, just come out to the meetings and sign up for our email list, and we'll get more details on that. If they don't give us a maximum number of people we can bring, we're going to let everyone who wants to come. And I'll let Logan know so he can let everybody in SAME, ASCE know as well. So if we can do that, we're going to get as many people out there as we can. We're also doing the Baja car, like Dr. Michelson mentioned before. That's on the bottom right. Now the goal here is it might not get done this year. We're going to start it this year, work toward competing in it next year. They have competitions for fastest times, best fuel efficiency. They have an enduro race, which is essentially 5 hours of just beating your car and hoping it doesn't fall apart. We're also thinking about doing the human-powered vehicle, which is essentially a two-wheeled, super aerodynamic vehicle. So if you're interested in that, we can also do that. How to join our student chapter, our student club. Like I said before, there's no cost to join our student club. All you need to do is come to the meetings. If you can't make the meetings, we might still change some meeting times. Our first meeting is this coming Monday at 4:30 in the engineering lab. Now, on the back tables as you guys leave, I put some sign-up sheets for our email list. So if you guys want to start getting our emails of when meetings are, and if we were going to change meeting times, it'll all be through our email list. So on the back row on your way out, if you guys want to sign up, all you need to do is put your name and your email, and we'll start sending some emails out. So the first meeting is going to be, like I said, Monday at 4:30. We'd like to see as many of you guys out there as we can get out there. I put all my contact information right here in case anyone needs to get a hold of me. If you have any questions about ASME, the mechanical program, or just any questions in general, just feel free to contact me. If you see me in the halls, I'm usually here about 18 hours a day. So if you see me in there, feel free to stop and ask me any questions you guys have. Also put our MU ASME Facebook page on the bottom here. We post our pictures and stuff from our events on our Facebook page, and we organize stuff on our Facebook page as well. So feel free to join that. Does anybody have any questions? Sounds good, guys. And we hope to see you guys all out of the meetings.
One thing before I introduce our final speaker, there are some benefits that are worth mentioning beyond the fun aspects and the free pizza and all that. Because don't get me wrong, that's cool too. But one of the things you all are going to be thinking about when you get towards your junior and senior year is starting to get together that resume, because it's time to get a job. And being members of these organizations are pretty well recognized among the engineering community. I know, at least as a civil engineer, it always looks good to be able to say on your resume, I was a member of ASCE, or I was an officer in ASCE. So there are some additional benefits to that that are worth mentioning. Okay. Our last organization is Theta Tau, which is the social engineering co-ed fraternity here on campus. And we've got their regent, Andrew Mays, who's going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with the Chi Delta chapter of Theta Tau. So everybody, give a round of applause for Mr. Mays.
How many of you have actually ever heard of Theta Tau? Okay, more than I expected. I had no idea what Theta Tau even was before I came to school, and I've fallen in love with it since then. We became a chapter last year on August 22nd, as you can see. So for those of you who don't know what Theta Tau is, let me give you a brief history. In 1904, 4 engineering students came together at the University of Minnesota and said, hey, let's make this club. And that's when Theta Tau was founded. It was originally known by like the Society of Hammer and Tongs or something else. We've come a long way. Our goals are to promote not only the social but professional development as well of our members during and after college. We don't just focus on like the frat row kind of things. First off, we're not on frat row. Hey, I'm coming to Kappa Sig, okay? But second off, we want to help prepare you for your future because we know engineering is difficult and we know how stressful and time consuming and how often you want to cry. You may not know yet, but you will in a couple years. Today, Theta Tau is the oldest and largest professional engineering fraternity in the U.S. We have men and women that study engineering at more than 40 campuses. So our chapter specifically, here's a cute little picture showing where we are. Last year, on August 22nd, our colony became the only chapter of Theta Tau in West Virginia, the first and only. So rather than hearing about what it is that we used to be about, what is it that we can help you with today? Service, profession, and brotherhood. We do service events, such as volunteering at the animal shelter, because we all love puppies. We do Habitat for Humanity to help those less fortunate. A Science Olympiad, which we may or may not do again. It's this thing where like high schoolers come and they do like science projects and all this stuff. It's an interesting time. City mission, Boy Scout Merit Badge Day, and a blood drive. Even if you're scared of needles, you can just show up and watch. We do professional development events. This is help for your future. Resume writing workshops. Who's ever written their own resume? Who's had their mom write their resume? Okay. So for those of you who haven't had your mother write it, good job. For those of you who have never written one or had your mom do it, we can help so that you know what to look for in the future to put on there. We do mock interviews, so you aren't terrified that first time you go and sit down at a job, at an interview for a job. We do different technical presentations. What are some of the technical presentations we do, Logan? Yeah. Okay, well, apparently we've done technical presentations, but we don't recall what they are. Every semester, Marshall does an etiquette dinner, which you go, you sit down, you have a free, like, 5-course meal, and it just teaches you how to eat, like, at a business interview, like how to eat properly. Yeah, you think you know how to eat, but trust me, there's this woman, she comes around and she will grind you until you, like, you think you know how to eat, but it's, I'm sorry guys, she will slap your fork out of your hand. It's insanity. We do plant tours. Like we'll go to Special Metals and we'll go through their plants so people, especially you mechanical people, can kind of see what it is that you'll be getting into one day. We also do several brotherhood events because that's everyone's favorite thing. We go bowling all the time. We're always involved in the intramurals on campus. We typically win a championship in something. Last year we ran the cup in soccer. We have a movie or game night every year. We always have an ugly Christmas sweater party. We also do Halloween parties. We do tailgates at every home game. And occasionally we'll have a social with another like professional fraternity such as AXC, the Chemistry Society. So why join us specifically? Recognition on campus, scholarship. There are scholarships available for just members of Theta Tau. A lifetime membership, national and regional meetings where you can meet other members of Theta Tau and help branch out. Interactions with not only your other members on campus, but the other members you'll meet by going to said meetings. Different awards, leadership training, once again for your future. Volunteer opportunities, because volunteering looks great on a resume. And networking, because you don't know who it is that you can meet that could supply you with a job in the future. So here's our rush schedule, and in a couple minutes I'm going to have a couple people come around and hand out cards with these on the back too. But our first event is going to be next Tuesday, and I know one of these is on Labor Day, the 5th. Bad planning on my part. So if you want to come to that one, cool. I'll understand if no one's in town for it and we have no one show up. But the old labs, little rinky-dink building to the left of the nice new thing, show up there at 7 on Tuesday, and we'll try and impress you. And here's ways to follow us on social media to keep updated. Our Facebook is Rush Marshall Theta Tau, pretty simple. Twitter, MU Theta Tau, and Instagram is the same, MU Theta Tau. Nice and easy. If you forget, just there will be numbers on the back of the cards. Does anyone have any questions? All right, what do you have to add, Joey?
Fact, none of you guys probably know. President Gilbert, which is president of Marshall University, is a Theta Tau alumni. So that's a good way to start a conversation with him. You know, in the future, if you see him out on campus, he's a good guy to talk to.
Yeah, we're actually going to try and get him to come talk to us sometime within the next semester or two, just where he's an alum and everything, and we want to see what he has to say to us. And I know engineers can be shy, so if any of you still have any questions, you can speak to one of us one-on-one after this.
And I am in his class. I'm a fourth-year freshman, so if you have questions, you can ask me throughout the semester. You know, I've lived the struggle.
If you need help with calculus, Joey is your man. He's taken calc 4 times. All right, that's it, guys.
All right, let's give Adrian a round of applause. All right, hold on. Got a couple things I want to say. So, you know, Andrew made a point about something that I've got a couple minutes to talk about. So I will. You know, he mentioned, you know, this program on campus that will teach you how to eat. That, you know, stuff like that can be more important than you would think. How many? I'm just curious. How many of y'all have ever had a job interview? There we go. How long did it last? Okay, all right. My interview here at Marshall lasted all day, okay? And that, I'm not saying that you're going to go through an all-day interview when you start going towards your careers, but it's very possible in a professional setting that you're going to have an interview that's going to be extended. You'll go out to lunch with your potential bosses, maybe go out to dinner with them. And if you don't know your salad fork from your dessert fork or your dinner fork, stuff like that matters. Now, we're actually going to have somebody from that office specifically come to talk to you all and tell you not just about that program, but about all the other stuff that they can do for you here at Marshall. Okay, that's point one. Point number two, like I said, there will be a quiz on what has been talked about today. Okay, so if you missed any details, if there's something you don't remember, you've got the lecture notes, which are going to be posted on MU Online. You've got the video, which is going to be posted on YouTube. Link's going to be on MU Online. So everything's going to be made available to you. Again, 10-question multiple choice quiz just to make sure you've been paying attention. You got a week to do it. It probably takes about 2 or 3 minutes to complete the whole thing from start to finish. So again, just making sure you're paying attention. Don't start it at the last minute, okay? Does anybody have any questions about anything in general? Engineering here at Marshall, anything? We'll talk about that later. All right, that's all I got for you all today. I will see you all next week.